During exercise, we need more oxygen for our body and muscles to function. This means that our heart needs to beat constantly and increasingly in terms of how much we need the oxygen. So if we need more oxygen, our heart rate will increase. As the muscles will need oxygenated blood to allow them to work efficiently without fatiguing. An average person's heart rate is 60 beats per minute. However, here you can see it goes just above 80 before the actual event. This will be due to something called anticipatory rise, which is where the person or athlete gets worried about the events beforehand. However, between the pre-test and level 2, it goes up from 80 to 150 beats per minute, which then it increases again to 159 beats per minute. And then finally, at the end, it goes up to 205 beats per minute. This then shows that the person wasn't working at their maximum heart rate throughout at a consistent beat, and that they did increase throughout slightly during this multi-stage fitness test that they did. However, the Wingate test also came up fairly similar due to the fact that they are both daunting tests. For instance, at rest, during the Wingate test was 81, which was one above the multi-stage fitness test, which shows that they're both athletes were fairly worried about doing them. They also end at similar heart rates, and this is interesting because the multi-stage fitness test lasts around 20 minutes, and the Wingate test only lasts 20 seconds. This shows that even though there are different extremes of time, duration, and intensity, they still both require the same heart rate when it comes to the end of them. This is because when performing the Wingate test, you put all your power and energy into it, which means your muscles need to try and remove the lactic acid built up. So you need to get as much oxygenated blood to your heart, to your muscles. However, when the multi-stage fitness test happens, your body is slowly increasing to keep up with the pace, which also needs to get rid of all the lactic acid build-up. However, this is just over a longer period of time. Some physiological adaptations that can occur is that the heart size can increase, and more importantly, the muscular walls will increase in thickness, especially with the left ventricle, as this is where most of the blood gets contracted and has to be much more stronger and powerful when contracting. And this also increases in size. Respiratory system adaptations. The breathing rates increase when you train at a higher intensity. This is proven in the multi-stage fitness test, and the Wingate test, as it shows that when you work harder, your breathing rate will increase to get as much oxygen to your muscles as possible. Your lung capacity will also increase when training, as this is because you need to get more air in your lungs and out of your lungs when training with your cardiovascular system. As again, you will need to get your oxygen in your blood and back out to get rid of the lactic acid. Your diaphragm will also become much stronger due to the fact that you will be breathing in more air and also exhaling air, which means that your diaphragm will be moving out and upwards more, which means it will be adapt and become less fatigued over time due to the training. So it means it will have less fatigue for longer. However, the respiratory muscles are also the same as normal muscles, as they will also increase in size and strength due to anaerobic training, which is the same for normal muscles. And the aerobic training will help improve the endurance of the muscles, which is also the same as normal muscles on the body. The alveoli will also increase, as this will allow more oxygen and gas exchange to occur, which allows the oxygen and carbon dioxide to come in and out as it is used at a higher gradient. Also, more capillaries are formed within the lungs, as the oxygen there is much higher than surface area, which means over time the blood is allowed to flow more in and out of the lungs. Neuromuscular adaptations can change depending on what type of exercise you are doing, such as aerobic training and anaerobic training will have different adaptations that will occur, such as the slow twitch fibers will increase when training for aerobically. And when training aerobically for a long amount of time, this will also increase your muscular endurance, and will also increase your aerobic fitness. The slow twitch fibers will also become much stronger and powerful, as they are being used much more than the fast twitch fibers when training long distance for a long duration. This is why when training aerobically, this is what you should be aiming to do, is to improve the slow twitch fibers and their strength. Also, the capillaries will also increase in the muscles, as they allow the oxygen to go to the working muscles which need it to remove the lactic acid from the body, but also the carbon dioxide will need to be removed as well. Energy systems to adaptation. Energy systems to adapt to different situations, such as the body's acidity that builds up through the accumulation of the hydrogen ions, which will make you fatigue much quickly, and which is what causes fatigue and makes you feel discomfort. So this means that your body will need to increase the tolerance to this, so that you don't feel this pain and discomfort through the hydrogen ions, which will mean increasing your lactate threshold. Also, once this does build up, you will need to have a good lactate removal, so you can train and perform longer without feeling this discomfort, and feeling as less discomfort as possible when training and performing. Another adaptation would be that temperature regulation, as the body will have to be good at shunting the blood to the skin, so you can sweat, and so your skin gets cooler and doesn't overheat. This is what sweat's for, so your body can maintain a steady temperature, especially when training for a longer distance and a longer duration, as this is when the heat can build up. Also, especially it can happen when training in hotter climates. This will need to be you will need to adapt fast when training in hotter climates, as this will only increase the heat in your body, which means you will need to become more effective at shunting the blood.